Chapter One Foundation is a non-governmental organization founded in 2019 that promotes the rule of law, constitutionalism, and human rights through strategic public interest litigation and advocacy. Chapter One Foundation is named for Chapter One, which is the Constitution of Zambia, which is found in Chapter One of the laws of Zambia. Our goal is to protect and promote the Constitution, its values and principles, and the rights enshrined therein.
Chapter One Foundation's work falls into about three main categories. We do capacity building, strategic litigation, and civic education. When it comes to capacity building, we have run what was known as the Legal Defense Fund. This was a fund that was specifically for human rights defenders to be able to access legal representation as they went about their work. Usually human rights defenders do come in conflict with the law and find themselves either detained or arrested and charged with certain offenses. Similar to the defense fund, we also did a media defense fund for media practitioners who came into conflict with the law while doing their work. Perhaps they reported a story that wasn't particularly favorable, or a story that may have, quote unquote, threatened national security.
Since founding Chapter One Foundation, we have been able to reach ordinary citizens, human rights defenders, at a scale I believe we have not seen in the kind of work that we do. I will give an example of the sort of statistics that we are looking at for the years 2023 to 2024. We have reached around 600 human rights defenders around the country. We've reached about 600 ordinary community members. In that same time, we have started over 3 strategic public interest litigation cases. We have also provided free legal representation for human rights defenders.
With regards to community-facing work, Chapter One Foundation has done community outreach programs under 2 projects specifically. With one, we did a constitutional reform outreach program where we reached out to communities in Ndola and Funza and discussed the importance of constitutional reform with them. We got feedback from these communities as to what they feel needs to be included into any constitutional reform efforts that we might be undertaking as a country. And we also got feedback on how they could be included in our next constitutional reform efforts.
What makes Chapter One Foundation different from the other organization? Its ability to engage or interact or collaborate with various stakeholders. For example, the judiciary, the executive, and a parliament.
One of the major challenges that we're facing is civic education in Zambia is at an all-time low. Very few people are aware of the rights that they have, and very few people, even less people, engage with the laws in this country. The only point in time when they engage with them is when they are in conflict with them. There are so many activities that we do, and we are limited in funds and therefore only limited by the number of activities that we're able to do that are urgent and necessary.
Our main goal as far as expansion is concerned, and what we see in the future, is to be able to reach as many people as possible. We are currently only based in Lusaka, and therefore when we do advocacy or when we do community outreach, we have to travel in order to reach all 10 provinces. We see a future where we are situated in more than one province, and therefore we can reach as many people at the grassroots level as possible.
Why should you vote for us, you ask? Well, by voting for us, you ensure that we continue to empower the citizens, including the ordinary woman in the innermost part of Zambia, to be able to understand, to be able to advocate for the law and her rights. It's important that you vote for Chapter One Foundation so that we can continue to do, we can continue to empower, we can continue to litigate, we can continue to reform the law and simplify it so that you as a people, you as a citizen, can also in turn be able to hold the state accountable because you too understand the law.